so cute. You guys see it? What do you think? Oh my gosh, Maddie, it looks so good.
Your brand new chicken coop. It is a Carolina Coop. It is a 6-foot deep hen house, 8-foot wide. Your footprint of your entire run is 8-foot wide, 18-foot long. You got this wonderful Dutch door that we'll talk a little bit more about when we go into the run. You got your egg hutch right here, which is probably one of the most important parts of a chicken coop because this is where you're gonna come get the eggs, okay? Down here is the what we call the egg hutch pantry. It's just a spot to store, you know, extra nesting material, just whatever you want to store in there.
Chicken treats.
Chicken treats, some oyster shell, whatever you want to put in there. So here's the business end of the chicken coop, if you will. This is what we call the back of the hen house. I am all about keeping chickens easy, okay? And one of the things that's very important about keeping chickens is being able to have full, easy access to the hen house. And what makes our coops even better is the deep litter system. So what I'm gonna do right now is on the back here, you have your, what we call hen doors, which are the hen house doors. And it's basically a window door inside a door that is backed up with hardware cloth, okay? And these are all adjustable. You want tons of ventilation. You can put these in right there. These are stainless steel dowels. And you can put them in right there and adjust it like that. The most important thing is airflow, airflow, airflow. It's got to breathe.
Do you ever close them up?
Not down here in the Carolinas.
Okay, so all year they're open.
Pretty much, yes. And what's nice about these is it still allows lots of daylight inside your hen house and it blocks the rain. Even though if a little bit of rain got in there, it's not going to hurt anything. If anything, you could argue that it could be beneficial. Back here, we got 5 gate latches because you got these big doors to your brooder basement. This is an upgrade for you, okay? So when you ever need to quarantine some chickens, maybe introducing some new hens, you have access to both sides. But like these 2 gate latches, absolutely make sure there's a carabiner on those so a raccoon can't open it up. You don't need them here because again, hardware cloth, okay? So it's completely protected, but you will need them here because now this is where,
look at that.
this is where in the movie Magic, you do the ta-da. The right door we call our primary door. This is what we call our stationary door. So there are 2 barrel bolts, one at the top, one at the bottom to make sure it stays stationary, you know, so that you just use this door. And very seldom, believe it or not, very seldom will you have to come into your hen house. But you will when you need to add industrial hemp bedding to the deep litter system. So here's your drop down deep litter door. Also, your coop, this Acre, has been beautiful. It's been beautiful to work with. This is the material that's gonna last forever. This is Acre, this is Acre. The framing is still Doug fir.
Okay.
Here's the Acre non-painted, because we didn't want to paint that. Okay. It doesn't make sense for the deep litter system to paint it. I think this is the better look, and we don't want to create more maintenance with the deep litter in there. You know, that's where your diaper's going to be.
Acre unpainted is actually very beautiful.
Thank you.
I feel like you could do a coop with just Acre.
I'm glad you said that because more and more people are saying that because at first I wasn't in love with the look of Acre, but it's definitely growing on me. And the more we keep learning about it, it's just been absolutely amazing.
It looks like a white oak, almost like a whitewashed white oak or like a white oak looking. It's pretty. Excuse me.
That's the second thing they always do, especially the boys.
Can you fit through there?
They can't resist. Okay, so this is the hen house, all right? This is where the chickens are going to sleep at night or also come in and have access to their egg hutch right there to the egg boxes and lay their eggs. Now, you'll notice you got 3 rope wrap roost bars. These are the tree branches before coops were invented. They're rope wrapped to mimic the bark on a tree branch. One of the worst things you can do is have chickens roosting on flat, smooth wood.
Cindy. This is Cindy.
You want to throw her in there?
Yes.
Cindy, welcome.
One of the worst things you can do is have a chicken constantly roosting on a flat, smooth surface because it can actually cause bed sores, if you will. And if that foot starts to get really sore and chickens are constantly scratching all day, they have a higher chance of getting a cut and then becoming infected and getting bumblefoot. So this is a great way to prevent.
And it's flat up in the top, so it's all meant for the shape of their foot versus like.
Yes, it's rounded over so it's comfortable for them, but it allows airflow underneath their feet so they can heal because they are constantly scratching, but also we don't want constant pressure. The pressure is going to be different every single night when they're roosting on it.
So right now we don't have enough space for all of our chickens to roost, and because we have that little tiny hut, they're not going to know what to do with all these bars. They're going to just they're going to be moving around, just finding new spots.
They got a king size bed now,
yes,
a couple of
they
them.
do.
Size matters when it comes to chickens. The bigger the better, and this is what makes keeping chickens so easily is size. The biggest mistake people make with chicken coops is too small of a coop, and a lot of times it's not their fault, it's what they were told by the companies just trying to make a quick buck.
And chickens get big really quick.
They do.
I feel like I bought them and then suddenly like they're this size. I'm like, what happened? Look at Cindy just hanging out in her, well, we still call her Cindy even though we know it's a boy. We are aware this is a boy chicken, but she's a hen in our minds.
So, again, this is where they're going to sleep at night. Once we finish doing the walk around, we'll come back in here. We'll get you started by dumping some hemp in here. Okay. I brought you a total of 4 bales. I think we only might need 2, maybe 3. We're just going to fill it up a couple inches, then we'll explain more about the deep litter system.
I have a lot of questions about that.
Awesome. I can't wait for the about the deep litter system.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. The other thing, notice again, all the windows, they all function the same. Tons of cross ventilation. But look at hot air always exhausts. It always goes up, and it's going to breathe out through the ridge cap and also out through your cupola. That's what's going to keep the hen house so cool. That is what's critical for chickens, is keeping them cool in the summer.
Okay.
So it's.
It's hot out here, but it actually doesn't even feel hot inside here. That's crazy.
And that warm air is just constantly escaping, so it doesn't become like a pressure cooker getting hotter and hotter, and it just exhausts. It breathes, and that's what chickens want. Good. Okay. And also, notice tons of headroom. Yeah, you like the headroom. I thought
like
so.
It?
He likes the headroom. You are
I guess
welcome.
we need to start calling him a him. He's
also,
so excited. He's so excited.
If you did have to feel you need to clean your roost bars, their sockets, they do pump out real easily, okay? And you do have 3 extra normal roost bars that we do include with all the coops. Just standard. You should never have to use them, but they are there in case you ever want them, or maybe you want to cut them up and use them as like a roost inside the run. There's the Predator apron. In this case, you can't miss it. Here's what happens. So this is a 2-inch by 3-inch, 16 gauge metal core fencing with a green PVC coating around it. It's attached to the bottom with stainless steel staples, which is really important because we're going into the pressure treated lumber. It comes out 24 inches, and we hit a rock there, but you'll see there's a lot of sod staples going down so it doesn't become a trip hazard. However, what you do want to do when you're ready to do your coop scaping, just go right over top of the Predator apron with mulch, stone, whatever it is you want to do. But what this is for is when an animal comes up to the coop and they're like, ooh, there's chickens in there, I'm hungry, I want to get to them, they will start to dig right here against the wall. They don't know to come out here 24 inches and then dig underneath.
Okay.
This is the quickest, easiest, and most effective way to keep animals from digging underneath your coop. The biggest mistake you can do with a screen to keep digging animals from getting into your coop is to put it in the run. A lot of people do that, and chickens don't want to scratch metal.
Okay.
So,
okay, so I actually would have thought, yeah, you'd put it under there so they can't get up, but you actually just put it out here. Okay.
You put it out here, and this is the right way to do it.
And it's just as good as putting concrete, because a lot of people said pour concrete in.
Yes,
as an option.
Just as good.
And way cheaper.
And way cheaper. You can imagine pouring concrete, which a lot of our customers do, especially with the larger coops, and or the old school ways to dig straight down. Yeah. That's a lot of work, and it's not needed. We've been doing this for years, and knock on wood, I've never had a predator be able to get in underneath the coop by digging.
So obviously raccoons with their little thumbs. What else are we most concerned about?
Coyotes and foxes.
Okay.
And
are they both kind of the same as far as like?
Digging and really trying to get in, yes. Raccoons tend to be more on the slick side with their pinkies and thumbs trying to actuate locks and things like that. You will come out in the morning and you are going to see raccoon prints on the egg hutch roofs.
Really?
Absolutely. They will go up here trying to get in. You will see it. All right, so here's your automatic door. We love this automatic door. It's a company out of England called Chicken Guard, and it's a guillotine style, meaning it goes up and down, and it's on a gear, okay? It's not on a string, so we eliminate those potential problems that the pulley and the string can have with a guillotine style door. What is great about the Chicken Guard is right now I have it set in manual mode to open and manual mode to close, because once we bring your chickens here to the coop, you're not going to want to let them free range until they learn this is home.
Okay.
If you let them free range on day one, they're going right back to where they're used to being. Now, when they're ready to free range, you're like, okay, I want this automatic door to do its job. You have some options. Keep it in manual mode. Have the kids come out and have that responsibility to let them out. And then you got to make sure you close it at night. We forget one time, predators are aggressive every night. Never forget that. Your coop is on guard every night protecting your chickens. But if we forget one thing here to do it in manual mode, something could get in. So to combat that, we take advantage of some today technology where we have a little thing right there. It's called a photo cell. That's detecting the amount of light. You have the ability to tell this door to open and to close using a photo cell. All right, so if the sun comes up, it picks up on the daylight, the door goes up. Sun goes down, it knows it's got dark, the door will go down. All right. You also can do it by timer. So what is nice about this door is you have both options. Just because you use sensor doesn't mean it only opens with the sensor and closes with the sensor. You can mix and match. One of the reasons why that can be really nice is, let's say, we're talking coyotes and foxes, especially in the summertime. They want to avoid human activity, and a lot of us aren't out here at 5:30 in the morning, right? But this could open up as soon as that sun starts coming up. The chickens want to get out and do their thing. Those coyotes will hang out and wait for this door to open. So if you do find that you've got a lot of pressure in the morning, tell this door not to open up until 9 a.m. when there's human activity. Those predators are long gone, and then let them come out, but use the photo sensor at night.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
This is another part that is you guys are gonna realize how easy it is to keep chickens. This is one of my favorite inventions. This is the feeder hopper. On the other side, when we go inside, I'll show you our 3 feeder ports. But right now, all we're gonna do is we're gonna lift this up. We have a hook right here. We're gonna hook it to the handle. Leaves it open. You wanna take a look in there? See the feeder ports on the inside? And this is all lined with the Acre, okay? And we're gonna fill this up with chicken feed. And then the chickens will eat it from the inside. And what happens is, because you're holding a lot of feed, you don't have to kind of make sure they have food every day. Also, it's gonna help reduce waste, so you're not wasting food, and also it helps prevent pests like mice wanting to come in here and eat it.
It's perfect.
Isn't that nice?
It's on an angle so it doesn't get stuck over on this side.
That's right. And chickens always want to go down and eat, so they stick their heads in, they eat right down at the bottom.
So there's a little hole in the bottom of those circles.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You ready? Watch this. We take it here.
Oh,
we're just done. See how
That's
easy that
all?
is? And that will last a very long time.
It's fun to play with, isn't it?
Especially that you guys free range. We're gonna walk in.
You don't even have to duck.
Isn't that nice?
It's amazing.
Look at all this headroom. And again, you let your chickens free range, which is best. I don't care how big a run is, letting them free range is ideal. But it is nice to have a run should they want to come running back to it to get some shade if they couldn't get shade, but they got plenty of shade here. Let's say you had to, I don't know, treat your lawn or whatever. Let's say you're seeding it and you want it to sprout. Let's say winter rye. You want it green in the winter, and you don't want your chickens to go out and eat all the seeds, so you can keep them in here, and they will be perfectly fine. They have the shade. This is like the forest canopy, and it's going to keep it dry, which is just absolutely ideal. Now, you asked me, Matt, what do I got to put inside the run? All right.
Yes, I've had a lot of opinions, or just like on Instagram, there's a lot of things people say.
Tell me what they say.
You're going to get mad because I know you don't like this one. Sand.
Here we go.
But I know it's not the right thing, but I'm not quite sure what the right thing is, because this to me is not nice.
It's not. It's not, but it's workable. I like a mixture of some topsoil, some advanced composted hardwood mulch. One of my new favorite, mix in some of the healthy straw, which is split open and chopped. You really don't want to fill this up with regular straw. It's not going to break down. It's not going to help the microbes thrive, and it's hollow, okay? But our healthy straw, we absolutely love for the run area. And if you got ducks, Oh my gosh, that stuff is gold for ducks. If you also are not free ranging, keep in mind this is their entire world. And there's two other things that I think people forget about when it comes to the run area when you're not free ranging is the dust bath and making sure they can get little tiny rocks, because that's their chicken teeth. They got to put them down in their gizzard so that gizzard crushes up that food after it's been fermented in their crop, okay? And they get that in nature. They're going to go find it. You don't got to do anything. It's that easy.
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
Okay. The things you said, the topsoil and the chopped up hay, how would one get those things? You mean topsoil like at a plant store?
Great question. My advice is to go to your local nursery.
Okay.
Okay? Half the time, they're going to know exactly what you're doing. The other half, they're going to be like, what in the world? Are you crazy? Just put some sand in there. Pour some concrete. No. Some topsoil, meaning it's got a lot, it's already been broken down, all right? And there's a lot of good microbes already in it. And then I like the hardwood mulch because it's going to continue to break down versus like pine mulch is a little too acidic. But the mulch keeps it kind of airy, porous. It's not hard and compact. And then if you need to kickstart it, if you feel you got to kickstart a little bit more microbes or whatever, a sprinkle of horse manure, if you will. And then make sure they have access to little tiny rocks that they make them go find it. Don't be like, here you go. No, make the chickens work. That's the other big mistake we make with chickens. Chickens are meant to work. Don't make it so easy for them. Make it easy for you if you want, but let the chickens work. When we make it too easy for them, or we don't give them what they want to encourage their instincts, you will have problems with chickens. Now, underneath here are your other doors, and you don't need padlocks here. Here's that door that we talked about. Our hooks are spring-loaded just to make them predator-proof, and you should never have to use this door. But like I was saying earlier, should you not want your chickens getting out, you got to work in the hen house. You don't want them getting out, just close this. But for the most part, just leave it open just like that. So this is the industrial hemp bedding, and this company works so closely with us to get us the exact quality that we want, the exact size, the strain of plants. I just couldn't believe how much is involved with hemp bedding. So what we're going to do is cut this open, and I just want you to see, get a good shot, of guys, of how beautiful this stuff is, okay?
Would you ever
smoke it? No, I don't recommend it. I'm kidding.
Not what I was going to say. Would you ever put any of this in the run?
You can. I feel for how much this costs, it's not worth putting in the run.
Okay.
That's where I love the healthy straw. And the healthy straw is a lot cheaper and I think does a better breakdown process and timing than the healthy straw would be.
Okay.
I have a lot of customers that use this in their run. They have an unlimited budget. That's just how much they love it. Horse people love this because it's just so much healthier for the horses, lasts a lot longer. But
I don't love that we're getting my coop dirty.
It is a little weird, isn't it?
So clean.
Well, your chicken already defecated.
My chicken. Well, it's I guess officially a chicken coop.
There's no place like home, right?
Right.
Yeah, Cindy loved this.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get you started. So now is the time to shut your deep litter door. This is like a tailgate on a truck, barrel bolt here. You want to get that barrel bolt there. Now, what we're going to do is just fill in a couple inches. And I can never remember the math, but I'm just going to go ahead and dump this bag. The deep litter system works. What makes it work the best is set it, forget it. Don't monkey with it. Don't come in here and turn it constantly, okay? Make sure you don't have, we don't want more than 24 chickens in here, okay? If you have more than 24 chickens in here, that's a little bit too much nitrogen, okay? That's too big of a baby for this size diaper, all right? That's where people start to say, Matt, the deep litter system doesn't work. The hemp doesn't work. It does. It's about your coop to chicken ratio. Now, here's the other thing. It's a hen house. This is a diaper. You're going to see chicken droppings in here. Mm-hmm. Don't let that bother you thinking you got to go in and clean it out. When you know to add hemp over top of the droppings, adding a layer is based on smell, not visual. Now, in the beginning, it's going to smell a little bit, but I think you'll be very surprised. You'll hardly smell anything, and I can't wait for you to see that because you only have 12 chickens, so you have a giant diaper. If you were to put 24 chickens in here right away, it's going to take a little bit for all those microbes that be introduced to start breaking down. So I think some people, when they start their deep litter system and they cram it full of chickens, they're like, in 2 weeks, like, it still stinks. It hasn't kick-started yet, and they're monkeying with it. So then they clean it out and they start over. I promise you, we have thousands and thousands of customers out there that use this. They get it, and they absolutely love it.
Okay, so give it a second. What is a good timeline for adding to it?
It's
Rough.
all
It's just smell. Like roughly 2 months? Roughly 6 months?
God, it so depends on the number of chickens, the size of the chickens, what they're eating, are they free ranging? It really depends. I can't wait to hear what you say.
Okay.
I can tell you we go months without doing a darn thing. And that's the secret. Don't keep coming in and messing with it.
And when you do add to it, you take like a big shovel and kind of, because you're not like climbing in here really.
What I like to do is let it get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm starting to smell the ammonia. I'm seeing some flies in here. Flies are not going to lie. They're not on our payroll. They're in here because they smell a breeding source. They smell a feeding source. Go grab another bale, just dump it in here, and just do a light layer over the droppings. You're done. I have videos showing it on days like today where I've gone out to our coops and they're full of flies and it stinks. I dump and put a layer of hemp over it.
So
and
one bale would be like a renewal kind of dump. Okay.
Typically, yes.
Okay.
And within seconds, the smell's gone and the flies are gone. Eva, you're the best. Thank you.
I did nothing. I just watched y'all work your magic. This is incredible.
Well, thank you. I know you're going to love it for many years to come. We're always here if you have any questions. And again, I know what you're going to be most excited about are actually the things that you haven't realized yet, that maybe we haven't even talked about yet, that of the problems we've solved with our coop. Hopefully we today answered questions you didn't even know you had. But we're always here should you ever have any questions, anything at all. Just let us know when you're here or if you ever need us. And especially, we were just talking about the coopscaping. We have all kinds of information on that.
We need to move those chickens in here. They're going to be so excited. It's
Yeah.
going to be the best night of their lives. It really will be.
Yeah, the chickens will absolutely love it. And yeah, just let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Y'all are the best. This whole Carolina Coops team is just, a godsend. You have the best company. I'm so grateful.
Thank you. That goes a long ways. I appreciate it. We have the best customers. Chicken people are the best people.
We really are.
Yeah.
Before I was a chicken person, I was not as great as this, but now we got it. We figured it out.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. All right, guys, listen. Hope you've enjoyed this walk around. Any questions, any comments, as always, leave them down below. You YouTube chicken police, you know I love to hear from you. If you have any questions, suggestions, again, leave them down below. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Go follow us over to Instagram. You probably recognize Eva here. Eva Shockey, the world famous bow hunter, right?
Next time you need to come, we're going to shoot.
Yeah, we're going to shoot bow?
We're going to shoot bows.
I'm a dead eye,
We're
or whatever you call it.
Look at
Just
the
kidding.
chickenscaping, and then I'm going to have a lot of questions for you, and then you can answer them all.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. So we'll see you guys next time. Later.